Good evening, baseball fans. How you doing? Welcome to the last Power Rankings of August. Let's get to it. Good evening, baseball fans. Hello. How's everyone doing? A lot of familiar faces here in the chat. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone had a wonderful week. I hope everyone had a nice weekend. It has been pouring here all day, and, didn't really get to do all that much today, but that's okay, because I'm here to talk some baseball with all of you here tonight. Again, a lot of familiar faces. We got Dan in here. What's going on? Big Fish 11, BK, Goat, Kim. How you doing, my friend? Chris, hello. Odd Villain is here. Chester the Chicken Eater, what's going on? Gregory, hello. Kevin, how you doing, my friend? Jacob Toon, one of our moderators, is here. How you doing, my friend? Who else we got in here? We got X-Bolt X, Wolfpack are back. James, how you doing? Tyler Jackson, hello. Ratchet, what's going on? Julian, welcome back. One of our members, William Fulgham, hello. How you doing? Nicholas, another moderator, is here. Hello, my friend. How you doing? Who else we got in here? We had Audit Mahmood. What's going on? Theorpo, hello. If I missed anyone else, hello. How you doing? Welcome. We have our last Power Rankings of August, and it feels good to be almost in the month of September, because August is always, it's the dog days of August. You got the trade deadline. Everything's exciting. Players going to new teams. Juan Soto going to the Padres. Everything is all just fun and dandy. And then August hits. Well, the trade deadline was in August, but usually it's July 31st. Whatever. I digress. But after the trade deadline, everything kind of just settles down. You have this high, and then you just go right down to a low, and everything's just kind of, a little boring, I would say. You got the playoff races and whatnot. You're paying attention to the standings, but everyone wants to get to September. No one really likes August all that much, They like it for their own teams, but there's no drama in the month of August. September, that's what you want, and we're about to get there, so I'm quite happy about that. It's nice that the postseason is coming a little closer and closer here. How much longer do we have? I mean, we have the first week of October is you got a few games left of the regular season in the first week of October. So we still got a little ways before the playoffs, but we got some good division races here. We got the Central and the AL, the Cleveland Guardians. My goodness. I mean, I'm just saying, I feel like I'm the only one, along with Foolish Baseball, that believed in the Guardians this year. What can you do? But that's been fun. We're gonna talk about every single team tonight, where they're at in my power rankings. For the power rankings tonight, we have I have made a major change. I decided to go forth with a big change in the top 10, and a few teams moving up and down. Other than the big one in the top 10, actually, there's a couple in the top 10 that I decided to switch around. But other than that, not a whole lot of movement in this week. So let's just get to it, everyone. But before I do get started, as always, if you can hit that subscribe button for me, that'll be fantastic. We're trying to get to 27K by the end of the season, everyone. And to help us get there, let's help get the stream out there into the algorithm. Hit the like button for me. The goal for tonight, 150 likes. Hit that like button for me. That's going to be great. Hit the bell notification as well. That way you know every single time I go live. Share the stream. I have already shared it on Twitter, so if you can go share it onto Twitter land as well, please go and do that. Don't forget about our partnerships with SeatGeek. Use my code HIDE, $20 off your first purchase. Seriously, take advantage of this code. I would not be partners with SeatGeek if I did not like SeatGeek. I have used SeatGeek myself. So you can find some really good deals on there. I'm not just saying that just because I'm a partner with SeatGeek. I have used it many times. Definitely take advantage of this deal. I promise you, you will find some good seats. And don't forget about Prize Picks as well. Another partner of our channel. A 100% deposit match if you use my code Ginger. So if you're into the sports betting game, absolutely take advantage of that. And for tomorrow, I will be going live with the Believe in Red Sox podcast. So, hey, Red Sox fans out there, I'm going to give my thoughts on how I'm feeling with the Red Sox. So, not too great. Not too great. Not a bad series this past weekend, but I don't know. Hey, we got some news on the Red Sox tonight. A couple of DFAs. Sawamura, as well as Austin Davis being DFA'd. So, hey, I'm blue making some moves with that bullpen. But, everyone, let's get to it here. We got around 112 people in the chat, so we might as well just get this show on the road. If you are new to the Power Rankings, this is how I do it. I go to Tier Maker. I do 6 different tiers, 1 through 5, 6 through 10, 11 through 15, 16 through 20, 21 through 25, and 26 through 30. So these were last week's Power Rankings. Dodgers, they have been holding firm onto that number 1 spot for quite a bit now. I've had the Astros at number 2 for a few weeks now, I believe. We got the Mets at number 3, the Braves at number 4, and the Yankees at number 5. And rounding out the top 10, we have the Cardinals, Phillies, Rays, Padres, and the Blue Jays. What movement will there be in the top 10 for this week? So let's pull up a fresh set of Power Rankings. Let's get to it here. Hey, for the Nationals, they have been holding on to this spot for quite some time now. Being the caboose of the Power Rankings, the Nationals have made my job a little easier here. But hey, the Nationals, what can you do? But did have a feel-good win today from Patrick Corbin, ending a 43-game winless streak from the starting pitchers. I'm not sure where that ranks. I didn't really quite look that deep into it, but that's a long time for a starting pitcher to not get a win. That's how bad the Nationals starting pitching has been. But this past week, they split with Seattle. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Reds. And hey, Patrick Corbin getting the win today. My goodness, Patrick Corbin. Are we seeing a renaissance with Patrick Corbin? Maybe. Nationals at number 30. At number 29, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates. Not a whole lot going on. They got swept by the Braves this past week. Lost 2 out of 3 to the Phillies. I'm not going to get too much into this. The Pirates at number 29. A's. The A's, they took it to the Yankees this past weekend. Splitting with the Yankees over the weekend. But before that, they lost 2 out of 3 to the Miami Marlins. But the Oakland A's, they're coming in. I believe they actually bumped up a spot. I did. I gave them a little bit of a bumpity bump from last week. They were number 29, but hey, they played the Yankees pretty hard. I decided to bump them up all the way to number 28. Oakland coming in at number 28. Number 27, we got the Cincinnati Reds. I think they dropped. Yes, they dropped a couple of spots here. And they dropped 1 spot. For Cincinnati, not a great week. Got swept by the Phillies. But they did win 2 out of 3 against the Nationals. Not a great week over. When you get swept in 1 week, it's never a great week. But nice of them to also win 2 out of 3 against the Nationals. Just not a whole lot going on with the Cincinnati Reds. Number 26, rounding out the bottom tier, we have the Detroit Tigers. I believe the Tigers. So the Reds and the Tigers basically swapped spots for this week. For the Tigers, they split with the Giants, and they won 2 out of 3 against the Rangers. This Tigers team. It's like I've mentioned here quite a few times, quite a disappointment this year. I'm just looking forward to what they're going to do in the offseason. I feel like they're going to have themselves a big offseason. But other than that, not a whole lot going on. Now, going into the next tier, we have the Kansas City Royals. My goodness, Kansas City putting up 15 runs today. Are you kidding me? Let's pull up that box score here. It's always fun to look at a box score. So here we go. Kansas City, where you at? 15 runs, man. Look at Kansas City. No Benintendi. Benintendi's been hitting great for the Yankees lately. We'll take a look at that in just a little bit. But let's take a look here So we got to go to the 28th. 15 runs against the San Diego Padres, man. Really taking it to Sean Manaea. He has not been doing very well lately. ERA up to a 4.90. Even with Manny Machado having a big game, Soto going deep today. The Royals, man, they showed up with these bats. I mean, taking a look here, my goodness. We had Michael Taylor going 3 for 6. We had Salvador Perez going 3 for 5. We had Dozier going 4 for 6 as well. I mean, my goodness. Look at the bottom of the order here. 2 hits apiece from the 7 to the 9 spot in the lineup. Prado with a few RBIs here. I mean, my goodness. They were just clicking on all cylinders today, man. The Kansas City Royals. Look at that. Could they be on their way to maybe turning things around in the next couple of years? We'll have to wait and see. But other than that, for Kansas City, not really a whole lot going on. They did have a win against the White Sox this week. Oh, boy. We'll talk about the White Sox here in just a little bit. Did split with Arizona in this series with the Padres. They did lose 2 out of 3. But Kansas City in the number 25 spot, and that's where they were last week as well. Coming in at number 24, we got the Colorado Rockies. I was thinking about the Rockies today, and I'm thinking, man, remember, the Rockies, they weren't looking too bad in the beginning of the season. I'm thinking, oh, man, maybe they're going to make a bit of a run here. No, absolutely not. Nope. But for the Rockies, they split 2 with the Rangers this past week. Then they lost 3 out of 4 to the Mets. But German Marquez, a German Marquez sighting today, going toe-to-toe with the great Max Scherzer today. A pitcher's duel. Absolutely fantastic day from German Marquez. 7 innings, 1 hit allowed. German Marquez, give it up for him. All it took was 1 run from a sac fly from Brian Serven. A 1-0 win, man. German Marquez and the bullpen, they took care of business today against the Mets. What is going on here in the chat? I'm seeing a lot of you saying, Dansby, what is happening here? Oh, the Braves have taken the lead. Oh, my. A home run from Dansby Swanson in the 7th. Oh, my goodness. A 3-run bomb from Dansby Swanson. Pay this man. Pay this man. Get this man a fat contract because he just gave you the lead. Man. Hey, good for Jake Odorizzi, too, because he's been pitching pretty good today. Odorizzi, man, not amazing by any means, but, pretty solid overall. Going into the 6th inning, 2 earned, 4 hits. Man, Wainwright, man, he was almost there to, 7 shutout innings. Couldn't quite get it done. But, wow, Dansby Swanson coming in a big way here against the St. Louis Cardinals. But I digress. We're talking power rankings right now. But for the Rockies, hey, good for German Marquez. It's nice to see him pitch well. He has just not really been his full self this year, so that was nice to see. Coming in at number 23, we got the Miami Marlins winning 2 out of 3 against Oakland this week, but then losing 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. Sandy Alcantara, though, he got beat up by the Dodgers last week. What was it, like 3 2/3? Gave up 6 runs. He was getting annihilated by the Dodgers. He bounced back this past weekend. His 4th complete game of the season. He struck out 10 Dodgers. I mean, my goodness. I mean, what a performance from him, man. A complete game. Gave up 1 run, but holy cow, Sandy Alcantara is good at pitching. You got to love it. I also love when a guy bounces back against the team that just completely blew him up in the last game. So good for him. Coming in at number 22, we have the Chicago Cubs, losing 3 out of 5 to the St. Louis Cardinals this week, as well as 2 out of 3 to the Brewers. But the big thing here I want to talk about with the Cubs is that Jed Hoyer was asked about the possibilities of signing some guys long-term with what happened with Julio Rodriguez. And when asked about Nico Hoerner, he said, yeah, that's a guy we would love to sign long-term. So we'll have to look out for a Nico Hoerner extension with the Chicago Cubs. He's been hitting really well over his last 7 games. He's hitting .320 on the year. He's hitting .293 with a .754 OPS. Hey, man, Nico Hoerner. Look out for a contract extension. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to be surprised if we start seeing a lot of these younger guys being signed to long-term deals, especially, deals similar to Julio Rodriguez's where, sign him for the next 7 to 8 years. And then you could do like some, give them an option, like a player option where they can, activate it, for the next 7-8 years or so. And because that's what happened with Julio Rodriguez. He signed up for the next 8 years, I believe, and then he has a player option to where he can opt in for I think another 7 or 8. I think another 7 years. That would push his contract to around like 350. I can't remember the number off the top of my head. But if he denies the player option, then the Mariners will have the. Am I getting it backwards? There's a club option in there as well. It's quite a deal. I think he has the player option, and if he doesn't do that, then the Mariners have a club option, I believe, the next year after that. So, oh no, Dan Borst. I'm talking about not the full value of the contract. The full value of that contract could get to 480, but I think if he does, so over the next 7 to 8 years, it's going to be up to 120. And then if he activates his player option, that'll bring the total value of the contract up to that point, I believe up to like 350 or 360. So if he does the full contract, I believe it goes up because there's another option or two in there. I think it ends up going up to like 470 or so. But yeah, I can't fully remember the numbers off the top of my head. But I do think you're going to see a lot of these younger players sign deals that will sign them through their arbitration years. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Let me pull up Julio Rodriguez's contract here. Julio Rodriguez contract. Let me get this squared away here. It's very unique. Oh, am I getting that backwards? Oh, it's 12 years. Was I saying 120? I think I meant to say 210. I got the, that's what I did. I got the 1 and the 2 mixed up. So, yeah, initial is 12 years, 210. What was I thinking? Why am I thinking it was an 8-year deal? I don't know. My potato brain is just exhausted. But, so taking a look here, guarantee of at least 210. And then the options. Where are these options here? Why are they not talking about the options? So, he has the... That's what it was. The 5-year, $90 million player option that could make it. That could turn it into a 17-year. I feel like this is not. Let me go back to Jeff Passan. Oh, here we go. Here it was. Jeff Passan broke it down completely. So, here we go. The base of the deal, 8 years. Wait, so he says 120. Wait, what? Why did this article say 210? The initial guarantee, 12 years, 210. But he says 8 years, 120. I'm very confused. It includes this season, runs through 2029. After 2028, the Mariners must decide whether to pick up the club option. They have the club option first. Okay, so... And then he has the player option? That's what it is. It's the club option first. And then it's the player option. So if the Mariners don't pick up the option after year 7, Rodriguez has a player option after year 8 for 5 years and $90 million. Thus, the 13-year structure and $210 million floor. He could turn it down and hit free agency right before his 30th birthday. So the likeliest outcome, Rodriguez is a Mariner through 2037, makes at least 320. So it's just you can see, obviously, how many details are there. Very confusing, not confusing, but there's a lot of details in the contract. So, digressing here, I could definitely see the Cubs signing up Nico Horner. He's been really good this year. He's been great defensively, very good with the bat. So, I think these guys, man, they gotta start signing up these young guys. Try and see if you can get them locked up for the long haul, just like with what the Rays did with Wander Franco. I think that would be great, because it also. These, for these young guys, you never know what could happen, man. Like, you never know, Like, you can get hurt, whatever else, And then, at least with these contracts, it provides them a lot of security. So, that's what I like about it for these young players, because you just never know what could happen, But filling up the bottom, or the second to last tier, we got the Angels coming in at 21. I believe I bumped them up a spot, so I put the Angels at 22 last week, and they go up to 21 this week. Not a whole lot going on. They got swept by the Rays But then they swept the Blue Jays. So it's like, what the heck is going on with the Angels this week? You had Ohtani and Trout both homer today. So, hey, they bounced back in a nice way. The Cubs did not have a great week. The Angels bounced back after being swept by the Rays, and they swept the Blue Jays. Very oddball week here, man. So, I'm going to give the Angels a little bump. Why not? Let's just switch it up a little bit here in the bottom. Going to the next tier, we have the Texas Rangers coming in at number 20. They won their finale versus the Twins from last weekend. They split with the Rockies, and they lose 2 out of 3 to Detroit. The Rangers, they could be in danger of maybe falling down further into these bottom tiers, but I'm going to hold them at number 20 for now. Corey Seager has been hitting really well lately, hitting .346 with a couple of homers over his last 7 games. Other than that, not much else going on with the Texas Rangers. Giants. The Giants, man, I believe I'm dropping them a spot. I think I'm dropping the Giants a spot, man. They split with the Tigers, but then they got swept by the Twins. Man, this Giants team, man, they're just not really getting a whole lot done. I think at this point, what's going on here? Bottom of the 7th now. If we're taking a look here at the wild card, I mean, they've lost 4 straight now, 7.5 out in the wild card. The Giants, man, I thought maybe they could make the playoffs this year. They could still get hot. I don't know, man. Their chances are really fading fast, so we'll have to check back in on the Giants in due time. At number 18, hey, the Arizona Diamondbacks are in the news. How about the Arizona Diamondbacks? Corbin Carroll coming up for the Diamondbacks. I love it. I love me some Corbin Carroll. That guy's an absolute beast. I think there's an argument for him to be the number 1 prospect in baseball. That dude's out of his mind getting called up. And they actually had a pretty good week. Arizona, man. I actually am putting Arizona ahead of the Giants right now because the Diamondbacks had a great week. They split with KC, but then they swept the White Sox. Hey, good week for Arizona. They got some momentum here with Corbin Carroll. You got to love it, man. I'm bumping the Diamondbacks up, man. Number 18. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch. But I like the Diamondbacks lately. They're doing all right. Speaking of the White Sox, I am dropping them down a little bit. Man, oh, man, I'm giving this White Sox team every single chance lately, and they are just not getting it done. They're not getting it done. What in the world is going on with this White Sox team? They lost the finale to Kansas City from last weekend. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Orioles, and then they got swept by the Diamondbacks. Honestly, should I put the Diamondbacks ahead of the White Sox right now? I mean, is that appropriate? I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I be putting the Diamondbacks ahead of the White Sox right now? I mean, there's 63 and 65, and the Diamondbacks are 4 behind the White Sox in the standings? I mean, my goodness, this White Sox team is pathetic. I'm sorry. I had the White Sox at 16 last week, and now they're being dropped down to number 18. But I don't know. Do I do it? I don't know. What do we do here? I got a lot of yeses. I'm putting the Diamondbacks ahead of the White Sox. I'm doing it. I'm going to reward the Diamondbacks, sweeping the White Sox. I'm going to do it. Odd villain, I care. I care, my friend. I care very much. But you're right. Who really cares? Diamondbacks. I'm going to do it. I'm going to listen to the people. Diamondbacks going ahead of the White Sox in the power rankings. And hey, my Red Sox kind of stunk this week early on, but then they won 2 out of 3 against Tampa. Rich Hill. He was awesome on Saturday. This dude struck out 11 guys. He was out of his mind. Very good. JD Martinez finally getting a home run. You got to love it. Absolutely. Jarren Duran getting sent down, though. I figured that was only a matter of time. I don't know, man. I'm wondering about Duran. Right now. I don't know. He was looking really good at one point, and then his defense started just, oh my goodness, the defense was so bad. It was so bad. Like, I couldn't take it anymore. I was going to lose my mind. I'm wondering if I don't know. I think the dude was just completely out of his game. I don't know. I wonder if you end up seeing him in a trade at some point, but his value is not very good right now. So I wonder if you could even really, I don't know. I wonder if Chaim Bloom would include him in some kind of a trade. There's still a lot of potential with him. I don't know, man. I don't know. But they're still saying that Duran is still, part of their plans for the future. This offseason for the Red Sox, I think, is going to be one of the more interesting one of the more interesting off seasons in, coming up. I'm very intrigued about how the Red Sox are going to approach this off season. I think that's a team to pay attention to, because I think Bloom, because you got a lot of guys coming off the books. What's going to happen with Bogarts? They just DFA'd Sawamura and Davis. These are two guys that have been in their bullpen for quite a while. Sawamura, I'm not surprised about it. The guy just hasn't really been good. I wonder if maybe he'll be a better fit in another park or something. He has good stuff. He just hasn't really found his way with the Red Sox. Jimmy Productions with the $4.99 super chat. Julio Rodriguez should have gotten $300 or $330 million. $250 is not enough. Hey, man, J-Rod, he's going to be awesome. I like me some Julio Rodriguez, man. I might even be with you there. But hey, he has the potential to make a lot of money if all those options and incentives kick in. Man, that dude could end up getting paid a lot. But for the Red Sox, they had a nice bounce back series against the Rays here. Losing today, but overall winning 2 out of 3, getting swept by Toronto in the beginning of the week. Just not a great week. But you know what? Because the White Sox have been so bad and the Giants have been so bad, to me, it's like the Red Sox, they just leapfrogged them barely. So there is the top half of the power rankings. Before I do move on for the top 15, we actually have a super chat coming in. Jimmy Productions, Robbie, are you excited for the Nationals and the A's this week? Dude, I got my popcorn ready. I got the Dr. Pepper. We're ready to go, man. I got some ginger ale over here, man. I'm excited. Nationals, A's? That's a World Series preview, man. Come on. That's a series you want to see. There's a lot, that's sarcasm. But for the Nationals and the A's, you got young players there. It's not completely a waste of a series. Have some fun. Watch some of these young guys. Let's see if some more of these starting pitchers on the Nationals can get some more wins. But before I do move on, if you are new to the channel at the moment, we are at 220 people in the chat. So if anyone is new, please consider subscribing down below. We are on our way to 27,000 subscribers. And man, oh man, 30K by the end of the year would be fantastic. And hit that like button, everyone, if you can. Where are we at with the likes right now? Our goal for tonight is 150. We're at 68 right now. So if you guys can help us get to 150, that would be fantastic. Hit the bell notification. That way you know every single time I go live. Share the screen as well. And just to reiterate, I mentioned our partners a little earlier. We are partners with SeatGeek. Use my code HIDE, $20 off your first purchase. And don't forget about Prize Picks. Use my code GINGER. You will get a 100% deposit match. Alrighty, enough of me rambling. Back to the power rankings. We actually just had a big super chat come in. $10 super chat from AM. Thank you, Boston, for Marcus Lynn Mookie Betts. Let's go Dodgers. Man, oh man, he has been hitting really well. He is out of his mind lately. He's hitting so good. Mookie Betts, glad to see he's doing well. Moving on. Number 15. Let's start off the top half here. Minnesota coming in at number 15. Where are the Twins? There we go. The Twins lost the finale to Texas earlier on this week. Then they got swept by the Astros. Then they swept the Giants. So it's like kind of a weird week for the Twins. The 24th in offense, Correa is hitting pretty well lately. But if we take a look at some of these other guys, Jake Cave actually had a pretty good game today, going deep. But, Jose Miranda hasn't been hitting well. Luis Ariz has not been hitting well. Sandy Leon's not really going to hit well. But, you got a lot of guys slumping here. Gary Sanchez, what a surprise. But, Kepler's doing all right. Polanco's doing okay. But they need some of these other guys to start hitting. The bullpen has been pretty good lately, a 3.13 FIP coming into today. So the bullpen has been better, but the starting pitching has also not been all that great. We take a look at Minnesota's starting pitching here. Minnesota, where are we at? They've had, or it's been okay. but it hasn't been amazing by any means. They're making their starts, but they're not going really deep into games. Chris Archer, he's gotten hit around a little bit. Joe Ryan has been good. So give it up for Joe Ryan. Sonny Gray's been pretty good too. Earned a loss this past week. Minnesota, they got to really get this together. Going back to check on the game, 3-2 Braves still. But taking a look at Minnesota, you're 3 out in the wild card. And if we take a look at the regular season standings here, Minnesota, you're 2 back behind the Guardians. They did win 3 in a row to end their week. So they do still stay in the top 15, but they're going to really have to pick this up here, especially with some of these guys offensively. And I think they're going to have to do more with the starting pitching. Coming in at number 14, man, oh man, Baltimore, America's team this year. They won 2 out of 3 against the White Sox and Houston. Honestly, I really did think about putting Baltimore up a little higher. But you know what? I'm gonna hold firm. Not quite yet. They did move up 1 spot from 15 last week to number 14, so I switched the Twins and the Orioles. Super chat coming in. Jimmy Productions, $4.99 super chat. Robbie, what do you think of Carter Kieboom for Jarren Duran? I mean, I wonder. Especially, what the thing is the Red Sox, they got a lot of young infielders in their farms. I don't know if they would really do that, but I could see Bloom wanting to maybe take on someone like that. The Red Sox, they have done well with position players. I've said that so many times, but I wonder, could you maybe swap these guys? Maybe some other players get involved too. Maybe the Red Sox try to, change the scenery for both guys. Maybe it ends up being good. I don't know. Not a bad idea, Jimmy. Not a bad idea. Baltimore, 1.5 back in the wild card. Santander, Hayes, they've been hitting well lately. The starting pitching has been really good. If we go take a look at the starting pitching here for Baltimore, they have really been stepping it up in a big way. The bullpen was the big thing with the Orioles this year. They made a couple of trades from their bullpen, and they haven't been quite as crisp as that bullpen used to be. But taking a look at the starting pitching, these guys have really, really been stepping it up. So taking a look here, like Dean Kramer, a couple of starts this past week, getting a win. Kyle Bradish getting a win. He went 8 innings in that start. Watkins has been good. He got the loss, but he did all right over 6. Lyles went 7 this week. Voth. These guys have really been stepping it up in the rotation. You got to love it, man. So the Orioles, they're right there. They are right there for the wild card, 1.5 back. They're not out of this thing by any means. Coming in at number 13, we got Milwaukee. How about Garrett Mitchell coming up for the Brewers? I was wondering, man, are they going to call up Sal Frelick? Because that guy has just been really good down in the minor leagues. But, hey, they gave the call for Garrett Mitchell. He ended up coming through with a couple of RBIs today. And but for the Brewers, they lost 2 out of 3 to the Dodgers this week. They won 2 out of 3 against the Cubs. But I'm excited to see Garrett Mitchell. They need a spark in that lineup. They need some oomph there. They need some guys to start hitting. We'll have to wait and see how the Brewers do over the last couple of weeks. But I do know they are probably very happy that they are not having all these Josh Hader meltdowns. That's got to feel pretty nice. So, at number 12, we got the Cleveland Guardians at number 12. Where did I have them last week? I had them at 12 as well. Staying at number 12 for the Guardians. They won both against the Padres this week, but then they lost 3 out of 4 to Seattle. They are still holding on to first place in the Central. Man, oh man. Jose Ramirez, he's been really good. 3 home runs in his last 7 games. He now has a career high in RBIs for a season. He's been great. He was my MVP pick coming in, and he probably very well could be the MVP if it wasn't for Aaron Judge. So I am not going to be disappointed that I picked Jose Ramirez, man, for the MVP, because he is having an MVP kind of a season. He's just, unfortunately, he's just got Aaron Judge in front of him. I feel like Jose Ramirez is going to have a similar career, kind of like how Manny was. Manny Ramirez never won an MVP, but he was just so good every single year. That's how Jose Ramirez, I think, is going to be. I don't think he's ever going to be quite good enough to win an MVP award, but he does really well, man. He's doing good. Falling out of the top 10. Oh, wait, hold on a second. We got some action here according to the chat. Tommy Edman with a home run to center. Oh, man. Tommy Edman with a bomb, and the Cardinals have tied it in the bottom of the 8th. What a game we got here, man. This is a great matchup. Great matchup, man. Braves and Cardinals, two good teams going at it. I would love for this to be a playoff series. If this was the National League Championship Series, I'm not sure if that even can happen, if that is even possible. But, man, that would just be awesome. These are good teams, man. I like these two teams. So they're just going at it. But the Blue Jays have fallen out of the top 10. And I decided to make the move. They swept the Red Sox, but then they got swept by the Angels. Like, what are you doing, Toronto? What is going on? You only scored 3 runs against the Angels in this series. What are you doing? My goodness, the starting pitching has been pretty good. Let's go take a look at some starting pitching with Toronto. You've been getting some good pitching here from the starting rotation. Manoah, he did have a loss this week, but he's pitched well. Gosman, not great by any means, but not bad. Stripling has been okay. Barrios has been a lot better. They're getting good starting pitching, but it's just this offense. They're just not getting a lot of offense. You're getting some offense from Springer and Bo Bichette, but these other guys, like, what are we doing here? Vlad Jr., he has just, like, not been the same guy this year, man. Looking at Vlad, he's hitting 282, 26 homers. Good year, but he's just not, like, doing what he did last year. Espinal's not really been hitting. Alejandro Kirk hasn't really been hitting. Chapman hasn't been hitting. They're just getting a lot, man. A lot of just slumps right now. So, checking. I thought someone in the chat just said Newt Bar went deep. I was about to lose my mind. But Toronto, their bullpen is really struggling again lately. I don't know. Toronto, I feel like, could be one of those teams. If they get hot at the right time, they could be a buzzsaw in the playoffs. But I don't know. I'm starting to lose faith in this Blue Jays team. I don't know, man. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about them. But starting off the top 10, let's get to the top 10, shall we? The Padres coming in at number 10. They dropped from number 9 last week down to the 10 spot. They lost both to Cleveland this week, but they won 2 out of 3 against Kansas City. Gave up 15 runs today, though. They had the second best bullpen over the last 7 days coming into today, and then Josh Hader came in today. My goodness. 6 earned today. Josh Hader has absolutely imploded in San Diego. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what is happening, but Josh Hader, that dude is turning into Eric Gagne back in 2007 when the Red Sox traded for Eric Gagne. Now it's Josh Hader. This dude, remember Eric Gagne, he was so good on the Rangers that year. He was really good. The Red Sox traded for him. They already had a good bullpen. They had Papelbon, they had Okajima, and now you got Gagne, but then Gagne was so bad. Now, this is Hader. You traded for a star relief pitcher, and he is just completely imploded. I don't know, man. I don't know. But the bullpen was good coming into today. The offense has been pretty good, but the starting pitching has been struggling. We talked about Sean Manaea earlier. Not a whole lot going on there. With the offense, Soto, he did homer today. He's been having some back issues lately. Missed a couple of games this week. But Ha-Seong Kim has been hot, hitting over 400 for the week. The Padres, they're not out of the top 10, but they're getting pretty close. The Mariners. Wow, the Mariners starting pitching has been really good. Taking a look at the Mariners starting pitching. If you take a look at the rankings, Seattle coming into today, the number 1 starting pitching over the last 7 games. I mean, Luis Castillo, he was really good today. He struck out 10 guys. Looking at what these guys have been doing, Kirby was really good in his last start. Luis Castillo, again, he did pitch, 10 strikeouts. I mean, fantastic. Marco Gonzalez, he pitched all right this week. Logan Gilbert pitched good. Robbie Ray. I think, did Luis Castillo pitch today, or is it? No, it was Robbie Ray today. Luis Castillo in his last start struck out 10. But Robbie Ray, he's been pitching pretty good. This Mariners rotation is doing really good. So give it up for them. They split with the Nationals, but then they won 3 out of 4 against Cleveland. And to me, the Mariners, man, they're just playing great baseball lately. I'm hoping they can get into the playoffs. And I hope they make some kind of noise there. Coming in number 8, we get the Tampa Bay Rays. Hey, lost 2 out of 3 to the Red Sox over the weekend, but they did score 12 today, and they swept the Angels this week. So Randy Rosarina, Yandy Diaz, they've been hitting well. Starting pitching has been really good. We just talked about starting pitching with Seattle, but Tampa Bay's starting pitching has been phenomenal. Phenomenal. 3-1 over the last 7 games, a 2.10 ERA, a 2.51 FIP, 11 strikeouts per 9, under 2 walks per 9. Lots of good starting pitching. What is going on? What is happening here? Mets fan just got pulled over speeding. Oh, man. He's just so excited about the Mets season, man. You're just cruising. Man. Mets fan, what are we doing? Oh, I hope you get out of a ticket, my friend. Hope you get out of a ticket. JM 1231, Ty France finally starting to return to form. And yeah, with the offense with Seattle, I mean, if we're looking, not a whole lot of offense lately from Seattle, but that pitching really has been carrying them. Bullpen has been pretty good, but man, JM, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Mets fan, please, you gotta watch your speed, my friend. That's one of my favorite super chats I've ever gotten. I love that. So, back to the Rays. Here we go. So, lots of good starting pitching here. Jeffrey Springs, he got knocked around in his last start, but pretty much everyone besides him have been pitching really well. The bullpen's been really stepping it up. 5th in Fangraph WAR over the last 7 days. Hey, the Rays, they're just playing good baseball, man. They're right there again in the playoff picture. So last week I had them in the same spot. They were at number 8 last week, so they stay at number 8. Number 7, I got the Phillies. Number 7, I got the Phillies. And, hey, good week for them. They swept the Reds. They won 2 out of 3 against the Pirates. Bryce Harper returned. They were 4th in WRC plus over the last 7 games. The starting pitching has been pretty good. 6th in Fangraph WAR over the last 7 games. The bullpen has been struggling. An ERA over 5 over the last 7. But I want to talk about Alec Bohm here. This dude, I remember I did a video that in the near the beginning of the year, biggest disappointments so far in the season. I think Alec Bohm saw that video. I'm thinking he saw it, man, because ever since then, that dude's been hitting. Look at what he's been doing here. Overall in the year, he's been hitting 291, OPS 732. That's okay. He could be a little better, 10 home runs, 59 RBIs. But hey, where he was in the beginning of the year, it was not good. Ordinary dude, $2 super chat. I forgot that the Yankees lost twice against the A's. Yeah, man. They were looking really good there, taking both against the Mets, but then they split with the A's. You can't be splitting with the A's. Mets fan. Oh, you're joking. Oh, good. Oh, thank God. Man, oh, man. I'm thinking, no. I can't. I know, I can make these power rankings just rather exciting, but come on, man. You can't get pulled over. Come on. But yeah. Come on, Cards. Let's go. How are we doing with the Cardinals? Man. I hope the Cardinals pull this out, man. I hope they pull this out. I like this Cardinals team, man. Nolan Arenado, we'll talk about him in a second. But Alec Bohm, they look at what he's been doing over the last 7 games. Over his last 7 games, hitting 393, a 452 on base, couple of homers, 9 RBIs. He's been fantastic. Even over the last 15 games, hitting 281. Alec Bohm, he has really stepped up in a big way for the Phillies. And I'm glad, man, because he had that whole thing in the beginning of the year where he's, had that incident, where I can't say what he said out loud. This is a family-friendly show. And but Alec Bohm, he was having a hard time. I'm glad that he's getting himself back on track. Here we go. I have decided to do it, everyone. I have decided to do it. Oh, before we get there, etched in stone, Orioles need some luck to win the wild card. Hey, the Orioles are not out of it. I feel like they're going to come up short. I hate saying that, man, because they've been a fun team. Man, oh, man. What a story that would be if they can get in. That'd be whack. Absolutely whack. Etched in stone. Thank you. Everyone, I have decided to do it. They got off to a good start. But, man, you split with the A's. I got to do it. I'm putting the Yankees at 6. And it kind of that's crazy to me. That's crazy. Like I can't keep going. I'm sorry. If you won 3 out of 4 against the A's, I would have kept them in the top 5. I would have done it. And to me, you got off to a great start this week. You won both against the Mets. You were well on your way to staying in the top 5. But you split with the A's? You can't split with the A's. You're the Yankees. You can't split with Oakland. What are you doing? I'm sorry. I gotta do it. Here's the thing. I will say this. They could very well get back into the top 5 next week. I'm going to say that. But you know what? I'm sorry. They've had a rough stretch of baseball. I told all of you last week, I'm going to give them one more week. And I have followed through on my promise. If they did not, they needed to win both series this week. And they couldn't do it. Great start with the Mets. Even if that was a 3-game series, they would have won the series. It was only a 2-game series. But, I got to do it, man. Hey, maybe this is the wake-up call that they need. It seems like sometimes, I do this to a team, all of a sudden that team gets red hot. So maybe this is what the Yankees need, to fall down to the second tier. I'm just saying, man. But for the Yankees, overall on the year, second in WRC plus on the year. They're 13th in the last 7. Their offense has been fine. Judge, he continues to be Aaron Judge. Andrew Benintendi has actually been hitting really well. And I want to give a lot of credit here to Domingo Germán. He's actually been pretty good lately. 2-0 in his last 2 starts. But the Yankees, overall starting pitching has not been very good. The bullpen has not been very good. And speaking of the bullpen, Chapman went on the IL today. Aroldis Chapman going on the IL for a infection after getting a tattoo. Aroldis Chapman, what are you doing? I have a full sleeve, and I didn't get one infection with my sleeve. What the heck are you doing? How? You make millions and millions of dollars. You get a tattoo, and you just have an infection in your arm. What are you doing? My goodness. Oh, what is going on? I'm seeing people freaking out. Oh! Tyler O'Neill! You have made me look a lot better right now, my friend. You have made me look a lot better. Oh! Tyler O'Neill with a 3-run bomb, and the Cardinals have a 3-run lead. Oh my, the Cardinals have exploded. Let's move on to the Cardinals. At number 5, we got St. Louis. They have taken the lead. Oh my. The Cardinals have been playing great baseball lately. Absolutely fantastic. They're going to have to hang on to tonight. You still got some game, but man, the Cardinals have been playing great baseball lately. I wanted to put them in the 5 spot last week because they have been playing that great. But they won 3 out of 5 against the Cubs. It looks like they are on their way to winning 2 out of 3 against the Braves here. O'Neill, man, Tyler O'Neill coming through in a big way here in the 8th inning. He came up with the walk-off walk yesterday. And look at Tyler O'Neill. Back-to-back games. What a great series for him. Hey, they're 3rd in WRC plus on the year. Over the last 7 days, they are 7th in starting pitching and 4th in relief pitching. Nolan Arenado's been hitting great. Paul Goldschmidt's been hitting great. They got all these guys, man, that are just hitting fantastic. Let's pull up the St. Louis Cardinals here. Look at what these guys are doing. Corey Dickerson has been hitting really well, too. Look at what Corey Dickerson has been doing. Over the last 6 games for him, he's hitting over 500. Dude has a slugging of 731. Lars Nootbaar has been great. Goldschmidt, like I said. Mets fan is pumped up. Andrew Kisner, he's been hitting well. Just a lot of guys coming through here. Tyler O'Neill, while the batting average may be low, a couple of home runs this past week, and now he's just hit his 3rd home run over his last 7. Man, he's been great. I mean, this whole offense has just been really good. St. Louis, they're really clicking right now. You know, it's funny because they got hot. They got hot last year. Remember the 17-game win streak, and they're getting hot again, man. What has their record been over August? Let's take a look. Over August, they've been playing really well. Okay. Yeah, 19-6 on the month. 19-6 on the month, man. So they're well on their way to getting their 20th win of the month, and they are putting themselves. I told all of you, man, they were my prediction to win. They were my World Series pick for this year. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out, but you know, Cardinals are just playing great baseball, and here we go. They're on the Braves' tails. Now they're on the Braves' tails. This is getting pretty close. You could see the Cardinals. The Cardinals are now, I'm going to keep the Braves ahead of the Cardinals for now. I know they're about to win a series, but I need to see a little, I want to see a little bit more. You know, the Cardinals have had a great month, but Atlanta's been good too. Atlanta has also been good. I know they're about to lose this series if the Cardinals can hang on here, but the Braves, they had a good week. They swept the Pirates, and again, they're about to lose 2 out of 3. But Jansen, he had a tough night last night. He's always prone to those walk-offs, man. You know, Kenley Jansen, he is just like, man, when he gives up a walk-off, like it's always pretty rough. But the bullpen is the #1 bullpen all year. They're 6 in WRC+. They're 6 in starting pitching. The Braves are still a good team. They're still a very good team. I'm saying good. Like, no, they're way more than good. So, but this is getting pretty close here. The Cardinals, I mean, if you take a look at where they're at standings-wise, or record-wise, Atlanta's 79-49. St. Louis 73-54. So I'm still going to give the slight edge to it. I like Atlanta's starting pitching a little bit more. The offenses are both really good. And I like Atlanta's bullpen a bit more. So I do still prefer the Braves. I know the Braves are about to lose this series. I get that. So, you know, don't take that so heavily. But, you know, I like the Braves. I think they're a really good team. And they were playing really well here until the Cardinals just exploded for 4 runs. So I'm talking about how the Braves bullpen is really just coming unglued here. So they're struggling a little bit. But I'm going to keep them at number 4 for now. At number 3, I got the Mets. They lost both to the Yankees, but then they bounced back in a big way against the Rockies. 3 out of 4 against the Rockies. Scherzer did pitch well today, but no run support. The offense, you know, they have a good offense, but I feel like lately let me actually see. Where have the Mets... So they are 5th in offense, but then they're prone to these games here where they can just, like, not score anything. You know, the offense tends to shut down from time to time. So, I mean, overall, they have been getting it done lately, but, you know, not coming through today against Marquez. It happens. But starting pitching has been good. Bullpen's been getting it done. I want to give a shout-out for Mark Canha. He's been hitting really well, hitting .391 over his last 7 games with a .481 OPS, or on-base percentage. So Mark Canha has been coming through. But the Mets, this has been a typical spot for them for most of the year. So it's nice to see them bounce back, especially after a tough couple of games with the Yankees there. Coming in number 2, we got the Astros. And with the Astros here, Verlander is the big story. After 3 innings today, getting pulled, having some discomfort in his calf. This guy's been out of his mind this year. He's been really good. Hopefully things stay peachy with Justin Verlander. But they did sweep the Twins, and they lost 2 out of 3 against Baltimore. So I think, honestly, if the Mets had taken one of the games against the Yankees, I think there could have been a chance where the Mets maybe leapfrogged the Astros. But, you know, the fact that the Mets lost both against the Yankees, I'm going to keep the Astros still ahead. The offense still ranks really well. They're 6th in offense on the year, 2nd in starting pitching, 4th in relief pitching. Jose Altuve, Alex Bregman, they've been hot. Starting pitching has been phenomenal. You know, I know talk about Verlander here going down, but man, you got Framber Valdez pitching well. You know, these guys are really stepping up in that rotation, and I love it. I just like this Astros team. They don't care what you think, and they're just going to keep playing good baseball. And the Dodgers, number 1. I mean, I don't think there's any argument here. Best record in the major leagues. They won 2 out of 3 against the Marlins and the Brewers. Mookie Betts has been absolutely red hot. Let's go take a look at Mr. Mookie Betts. There we go. So Mookie on the year, he's having a phenomenal year. Hitting 281, a 910 OPS, 31 homers. That's almost a career high. I think he's 1 shy of a career high. He could end up getting 40 homers, man. Look out for that. 12 stolen bases on the year. Looking at his last 7 games, hitting 355, 4 home runs. He's been out of his mind. He's slugging 839 over his last 7 games. Take a look at the series that he had against the Marlins. I mean, look at what he was doing here. Like, out of his mind. And look at this series. So here we go. Here are the hits. So first game of the series, he went 4 for 6. Then he went 1 for 4. Then he went 3 for 5 today. It's like he had 4 home runs. The 4 home runs that I just said all came in this series. He was out of his mind. Dude should probably just go play for the Marlins because he hits extremely well there. So Dodgers, man, you know, what else is there to say? Starting pitching has been really good. Offense has been great. The only thing I'm a little concerned about lately with the Dodgers is the bullpen. They are 23rd in Fangraph WAR over the last 7 days, an ERA over 5. You know, that's the only thing I'm kind of looking at with the Dodgers. If we're looking at the starting pitching, you know, they've been doing fine. 11th in Fangraph WAR over the last 7 games, a 2.36 ERA, 3.36 FIP. Taking a look at the individual guys here. What do we got? Dustin May. He's been good since coming back. Tyler Anderson, this guy's been just phenomenal. Gonsolin was solid this week. Heaney, Urias, Pepio. Just good. What else is there to say? I don't have much else to say. Man. Nick, check June Lee. Who is June Lee? Oh, wait, he's on, isn't he with The Athletic? I think he's on The Athletic, right? June Lee. Oh, he's on ESPN. What did he say? Breaking. Oh, breaking news. Minor leaguers have been sent a card to vote on designating the MLB PA as their collective bargaining representative. Wow. Look at that. Wow, look at that. That's pretty big news. Oh, Cash Nelson, what's going on, my friend? What is both your league championship matchup predictions of the playoffs started tomorrow? Ooh, that's a good one. My LCS for both if they started tomorrow. Oh, man. But just really quick, June Lee saying minor leaguers have been sent a card to vote on designating the MLB PA as their collective bargaining representative. That's pretty big. It's pretty big. We're going to have to pay attention to that. So I would imagine they would vote yes. Right? You know? So, hey, good moves to the minor leagues, man. I think that they need to start treating these guys better, man. But let's go back to the super chat here. This is an interesting question. If the playoffs started today, Cash Nelson. So we would have, let me just go to the wild cards, easier to look at. So Houston would be the number 1 in the American League. The Yankees would be number 2. Cleveland would be number 3. Tampa number 4. Seattle number 5. Toronto number 6. So you would have Cleveland against the Blue Jays, and you would have Seattle against Tampa. So in those, I would right now, if I'm just going like quick without looking at any numbers, I'd go Seattle over Tampa Bay, because I think Seattle, they got some top heavy starting pitching. I think that could shut down Tampa Bay. So I'll go Seattle to make it to the division round, and then Toronto and Cleveland. I would have faith in Toronto's bats waking up. I like what Cleveland's been doing, but I would go Toronto. I feel like they would wake up in that series. So I would go right now, if it were right now, I'd go Toronto over Cleveland and Seattle over Tampa Bay. So that would mean I think Houston would play the winner of the 4-5, right? And the Yankees would play the winner of the 3-6. So that would mean Toronto would play the Blue Jays and Seattle would play Houston. That'd be awesome. I would give Houston the edge over Seattle. I would. And then, that could be interesting with the Yankees and the Blue Jays. Like right now. I mean, that's the question right now. Could the Blue Jays take it to the Yankees? Both teams are not playing great as of right now. Toronto, man, they could match up a little bit in starting pitching. You know, you never know what Cole's going to do in the playoffs. Montas has been a little bumpy. He's been better lately, so he's getting back on track. But Toronto, you know, they got some guys. You got Manoah, you got Gausman. Barrios has been better. I think Toronto could match up. Like, you know, I really do. I think Toronto could match up with the Yankees. I think that could go 5 games, you know, especially division rivals like that. I think right now, I'll be honest with you, I would love to see Blue Jays Astros in the ALCS. I would love that. I think if Toronto gets hot at the right time, if they get their act together, I think the Blue Jays are a dangerous team. Just because that offense just has so much firepower. Now in the National League, so I don't know, maybe I'll go crazy. I think the Yankees have just not been playing great lately. So Blue Jays, I know they haven't been playing great lately. I don't know. That's a tough one. Whatever, I'll go fun. I'll go with a fun pick. Blue Jays over the Yankees, Astros over the Mariners, Blue Jays, Astros in the ALCS. Now in the National League, you would have the Padres against the Cardinals, and you would have the Braves and the Phillies. I'm going Cardinals over the Padres, and I'm going Braves over the Phillies. So that would mean the Cardinals would play the Mets, and the Dodgers would play the Braves. Oh, what matchups, man. What matchups. That would be Mets and the Cardinals. Dude, the Mets in a 5-game series, that would be pretty tough for St. Louis to get by. I think, you know, DeGrom and Scherzer in a short series like that. I don't know if St. Louis would have enough pitching. I don't. Now, I would probably go the Mets over the Cardinals. I think that's a bad matchup for the Cardinals. I just always focus on those pitching matchups, you know? So I'd probably go Mets over Cardinals. And then Braves and the Dodgers. Oh, what a 5-game series that would be. You know, God, I like the Braves. I do like the Braves. I do. If the Braves and the Dodgers went 5 games, the Braves have had some good starting pitching. They've had a good bullpen. The offense can match up with the Dodgers. Dude, I mean, tell me you would not like a Braves-Mets championship series. Tell me. Tell me you wouldn't. You can't tell me that to my face. Like, that would be a fantastic championship series. The Braves and the Mets. Be fantastic. Come on. You know? I'm just saying. That'd be great. So, God, you would have, you know, Max Fried, Charlie Morton, you know, Spencer Strider, these guys for the Braves. And then for the Mets, man, DeGrom and Scherzer and Bassett. Oh, that'd be great. I don't know. I think the Braves could really match up against the Dodgers in a 5-game series. You know, I really do. I think the Dodgers. But then again, I think the Dodgers could, in a 5-game series, I don't know. I feel like the Dodgers might actually be better for a 7-game. You know, because they got a lot of guys, right? They're not very, like, top-heavy. You know, I don't know, who knows what's going on with Kershaw. So, I don't know. Like, if you're looking at the Dodgers, like, looking at the seasons that they're having. Actually, let's go to the live. So, oh, that's offense. So, I mean, Tyler Anderson on Fangraphs has been their best guy. I don't know, like, you see what I'm saying here about the Dodgers? Like, they have been good for the regular season. Also, Tony Gonsolin is 16-1. Has anyone noticed that? He is 16-1. The only problem with Tony Gonsolin is he has 128 innings over 23 starts. That's about 5.5 innings per start. So I would love for Gonsolin to be able to go deeper into these games. You know, if you can average maybe a little bit more. But he has been going deeper lately. Gonsolin's been good. So Anderson, Urias, Gonsolin, and then Kershaw. You got Heaney there too. They got more depth, and you got Dustin May. So, and then for the Braves, I mean, I love what Fried's been doing this year. Spencer Strider that guy could be nasty in the postseason. Dude could be straight nasty. Kyle Wright, he's had a really good year. He was really good in the beginning there. Charlie Morton, he's always a good guy for the postseason. I just wonder if the Braves would be able to, they could handle the Dodgers in a shorter series. You know? I mean, I'm just saying. Whatever, I mean, these are not my serious picks. These are not serious picks at all. But I'll go Astros, Blue Jays in the ALCS. And I'll go Braves, Mets in the NLCS. World Series pick as of right now. These are not my official predictions, so don't even hold me to these. Man, I don't know. I wonder if the Blue Jays get hot. You know? I just wonder. But then again, the Astros, they keep proving everyone wrong. I don't know. If you got Braves, Mets, I think Mets-Astros would be really fun. A Mets-Astros World Series. What a fun series that would be. You got an amazing pitching matchup with Verlander against Scherzer in Game 1. You know? I don't know. So, I'll go, right now, I'll go Astros-Mets. You know, Astros-Mets. I think that'd be really fun. I can see the Astros making it all the way back. I really could. You know, everyone wants to pick against the Astros all the time, but they don't care. They don't care what you think. They're just playing good baseball. So, all right, everyone. I'm going to get out of here. It's my bedtime. I got to eat something, too. I'm pretty hungry, you know. Had a nice little burger earlier today. It was quite nice. Some fries with it. It was rather lovely. But I haven't eaten anything since then, and I'm starving. And I'm also tired, and I have to work in the morning. But, everyone, before I do get out of here, if you can, I know I've said it a couple of times, but hey, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button on your way out. Greatly appreciated. Hit the bell notification. Hey, share the stream if you can. Don't forget, we got partnerships with SeatGeek as well as Prize Picks. Use my codes there, and that will be greatly appreciated. Everyone, I'm going to get out of here. Stay tuned. I'm going to be doing hot takes this week. Mets fan with a last-second super chat here. Have a great night. What is your job? I am a 4th grade teacher, my friend. I am a 4th grade teacher. I got to get to bed. I got stuff to do for tomorrow. So, everyone, have a great night. Be on the lookout for hot takes this week. I know I've been saying I want to get some videos in. I'm trying to find the time. I would love to do a video or two this week if I can. Be on the lookout for those. But I'm definitely going to be doing hot takes probably Wednesday night, so look out for that. And we'll be back for Power Rankings again next Sunday. I'll probably hop on at another point during the week, so make sure you hit the bell notification. That way you know I'm going live. So, everyone, have a great night. And I'll talk to you next time.